Pretty amazing that here we are again in the Super Bowl and it's Andy Reid again, who you know oh so well. What do you think it's going to take for the Eagles to win this game? And do you think the Eagles win this game?
I think the Eagles win, but it's going to take them doing if they can continue to do what they've done all year, right? Run the football, play great defense, and don't turn the football over. They'll be fine. And then they're gonna have to play well in the red zone, right?
Sure.
They're gonna play well in the red zone because the Chiefs they're going for that 3P for a reason, right? And they don't beat themselves. They remind me of the Belichick days when they was winning those Super Bowls and Brady. Belichick teams didn't beat themselves, right? They didn't turn the football over for the most part, and they didn't beat themselves with penalties and things of that nature. So I think you got two outstanding teams. It's going to come down to who plays the more disciplined football.
Right. And you think that will be, at the end of the day, the Philadelphia Eagles?
I believe so.
You talk about the running game, Saquon Barkley.
Right.
Have you ever seen anything like it? I don't know who the toughest running back that you ever faced, who that would be, or the toughest guy to bring down. But could you imagine trying to bring down this guy, Saquon Barkley? It's just been insane.
Well, it's not surprising to me because I watched him in New York, and he was able to do everything he did with loaded box, and the quarterback, in my opinion, wasn't that good anyway. So you accomplish everything you accomplished on a really bad team. Same way with Barry Sanders, right? Imagine you put Barry Sanders behind this offensive line.
Yeah.
So what happened was you took a guy out of a bad situation, you put him behind the best offensive line in the National Football League, and this is what you get. You get an MVP year, and I believe he is the offensive MVP. And then you got a quarterback in Jalen, man, who is outstanding. I don't know why he takes so much heat. Everybody has flaws.
I was talking about that with Boston Scott yesterday, and he was saying the same thing, which is, look, Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni, they're taking heat. I mean, they've won 15-16 to get to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, second time in 3 years. No other Eagles head coach, no other Eagles quarterback has ever done that.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand it. I look at the game differently than a lot of people look at it. And if your total yardage is 250 yards, 0 turnovers, I don't understand what the big deal is about, and he wins games. He take care of the football. He throws dimes. He takes what the defense is giving him, and I don't know what else you can ask of him. People want guys to go out and throw for 300 yards. The guys that's throwing for 300 yards, if you look in the playoffs, those guys are throwing for all those yards. They're losing.
Right.
They're losing, and also when you throw the ball that much, that's more opportunity to get turnovers. And in this stage of the playoffs, you can't have turnovers and win the game.
Not that we want to see you lay out a defensive game plan for the Chiefs here. Not that they have any issues with this, but how would you stop Saquon Barkley? How would you stop Jalen Hurts and this prolific offense?
Listen, it's gonna come down to the defensive line, right? Defensive line / front seven. They're gonna have to control the defensive line. I remember the last Super Bowl, I was really surprised. The last time they played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, I was really surprised that the Chiefs defensive line was able to control the line of scrimmage. Typically, that would be us, right? I think they won the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And Jalen played great. Jalen would have been the MVP if they had won. They're going to have to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. If they can do that, Eagles win.
This Eagles team, they feel like they are more equipped to face this Kansas City Chiefs team, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce today than they were 2 years ago. Having that experience certainly going to help, but Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, what those two have done in Kansas City, what makes them such a challenge defensively?
Man, Kelce, we don't have to talk about Patrick Mahomes. We know what he is. Kelce, man, their game, he's such a smart player, and he's not the quickest tight end, but he's elusive enough just to make people miss, and he just knows where to be at all times. He reads the defense like a quarterback, and he has great hands. He continues to find ways to get open, find those soft spots in the zone, or when he's playing man to man, how to get you leaning one way and then break off to. And then when you got a great quarterback that's putting the ball in your radius right here, he's doing a great job, man. He's doing a great job. He's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. They both are.
What's your advice to your son, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., for this matchup in the Super Bowl?
Man, over prepare. Um, Go out, have fun. I told him a couple days ago that the Super Bowl is just overhyped, right? Rightfully so. It's the ultimate team goal, right? So it's gonna be a lot of hype, gonna be a lot of interviews. They're gonna want to know, what diapers you wore when you were little. And the halftime is gonna be a lot longer than a normal halftime. The pregame stuff, everything's gonna be longer. So prepare your mind for that. And I said, at the end of the day, when the whistle blows, it's still football, right? So it's still football, and just go out and do what you've been doing all year. Play hard, be ready to play if your number's called.
And maybe we'll have a full circle moment where he'll pick you up in a celebration, right?
I don't think you're picking me up.